the name of Almighty Allah, most merciful and most compassionate. Dear students, I hope you are all fine, doing good, and life has been treating you well. This is Ahmad Tasal Hazraty, Assistant Professor of the Nangarhar University Languages and Literature Faculty, English Department. So, today I'm going to talk about a very new topic, and as we discuss the research proposal in the previous lesson, today I am going to talk about the process of the research proposal. I'm going to talk about the step number first, second, and third. I hope you're fine, doing good, and life has been treating you well, and you are ready for today's lesson. The goals for today's lesson is, by the end of the lesson, the student will have able to apply and develop research proposal. And besides, the student would be able to write a personal research proposal. And besides, the students will identify, work, and assess on the different process of the research proposal. They'll work on the different part and will identify the characteristic of the different parts of the research proposal. So my dear students, as we discussed that a research proposal is the most important documents that you submit as a part of the application process. If you are looking for the project to receive, you need to develop a research proposal for the donor. So it is a map of achieving things. It's not still the practical realization. Different organization has different format for their proposals. So this is a general and standard format of the research proposal. So in the research proposal, whenever we are writing a research proposal, we have to think about the 7 or 8 different parts or separate parts or aspects of the research proposal. The first one is the title. There should be a title in your research project or in your research proposal. The second step of the research proposal is called background, or we can call it literature review too. Beside the literature review, our proposal should have aims and objectives or goal, or we have to answer the question why, because the research is started from the question why. Whenever we want to answer the question why, it becomes our aims and objective. Besides the aim and objective, the very next part or aspect of the research proposal is methodology and method. Your mind should be clear that methodology is something totally different from the method in the research. So moreover, we have to talk and give enough clear information about timetable. As research is very interesting area and field, we have to be very fixed. We need to have timetable for different tasks, for different things that we are going to do during the research project. After the timetable, the next part of the research proposal is budget and resources. Research couldn't be done without the budget, without money, and without resources. So the resources are used in the research. And it need for cost and money. So we need to have a budget plan and have enough budget for different aspects or different thing during that we are going to do it during the research. And the last thing is dissemination or publication. When the problem is solved, how we can publish the material and how we can spread it with the people. So these are the 7 separate aspects of the research proposal. Before I mention that, in some cases we have 8 process of the research proposal. And the 8 process methodology is a separate part, while a method is a separate part. But we can bring it together in one part. We can join it, no problem. So the first thing in the research proposal that we have to write it and we have to take action upon it and we have to do it is the title. The title is the introduction of your project for the donor, for the organization. Title has its own specific characteristic. The first characteristic of the title is clear. It means the title should be enough clear, enough comprehensible. Everyone should understand what do you want to do and why do you want to do. Your aim, your everything should be clear. There should not be any ambiguities, any complexity in your title. Your title should be clear. Clear means that your title should be neat. And neat means your title should be understandable. And what understandable means is your topic, your title, your problem should be explanatory. How we can do this is, before to submit the proposal for the donor or for the organization in order to get the project, we need to give it to our classmates, our friends, our co-workers in order to evaluate and see, observe whether it's clear or not. If your title is clear, there might not be any question. But if you asked, then you have to understand that your title is not clear. For example, if we can say student's problem, it's not a clear topic, it's not a clear question, it is not a clear title, because students problem, where? Students of where? Students all over the world, students of Afghanistan, students of Nangarhar University. Then we have to be more specific. We have to give extra information and enough information about the date, about the location, about the time, about the people. Everything should be clear in your title. There should not be any question regarding your title. So whenever you are done with the title, that your title should be clear enough, should be neat, understandable, and explanatory. So then we need to move for the next step of the research proposal, which is background or literature review. So what is background or literature review? We need to have the background information about the title, about the problem, about the gaps, about the question that we are going to answer or solve it. So we need to do literature review in order to assess or identify and see what has been already published. So if the material is available, if the question is already answered, and if there are too much materials or very materials or many materials about the question or gaps or the problem, then we don't need to do research. We need to search for the new problem, for the new question, and then we have to get the materials and work on to solve it. So we need to provide the rationale, the philosophy, the reasons why we are doing research. To do this, we need to ask ourselves the following 2 questions. As a researcher, if we are going to develop the research proposal, we have to ask ourselves and we have to answer it by our own self. The first question is, why you undertaken the project? Why do you want to solve this problem? What is the importance of this problem? How this problem will affect the people, the society, the country, the nation? What changes would be occurred throughout doing this research successfully? We have to provide the information. The information should be clear and concise and should be specific. Whenever we are done with the first question and we answer the first question, then we need to move for the second question. The second question is, why is the research needed? Is this an important issue to be solved? If it is important, then we have to do research. If the topic or the problem is not important, not essential, we don't need to do research, and we need to find a serious problem or a question which must be answered in order to bring changes. So then we have to do research. So whenever you are done with the background or with the literature review and you answer these two questions and the mind of the people is clear that why you are doing this research, then we need to move for the next step, which is called goal and objective. So what is goal? Goal is the aim of why you are doing this research, why it is important. The answer for the question why become our goal. If we answer the question why we are doing a specific thing, why we are answering a specific question, why we are filling a specific gap. So to answer this has become our aim. There is no limitation. We can have 1, 2, 3 and more aims for one specific research proposal. So an aim is an overall target of what do you want to do and why. What is the problem? What is the issue? What is the question? What is the gap? And why do you want to solve it? So beside this, to be more specific, we can add an objective. Objective is a smaller aim through which we can achieve the aim. Objective is the smaller aims through which we can achieve the overall goal of the research proposal or of the question. So the aim should be based on the SMARTA. It should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be time bounded, and it should be adjustable. So the goal should be based on the time, that we have a specific time and it should be achieved in the specific time. For example, if we are going to conduct a research and, for example, in a school and there is summer vacation, so we have to think about that. Instead of 3 months, we have to give 6 months, because in 3 months the students were off and we couldn't able to collect our data. So therefore the aim should be specific, measurable, attainable, time bounded, and adjustable. Thank you very much. If you have any question, let me know. You have my address. You can post your question and you will get the responses. Thank you for watching.